What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Three Pyramids Network with your host, the ignorant, eclectic, mad genius, man. Today we are checking out, I want to say it was Night Talk. We're checking out Stevie Knight again. He's talking about the whole NBA thing that's been going on with, I forgot what buddy's name is, but basically he was talking about how he believes in God and that basically the Chicago Bulls had let him go after some of his, I guess, rants about his beliefs about the LGBTQ community. And honestly, I just found this out a couple days ago that Chicago traded, I want to say it was a first round or second round draft pick, something like that, for him to Detroit, because he was originally on Detroit and they traded for him because they seen that they felt that he could be another cornerstone in Chicago. But other than that, let's check this out, man.
The world
Hit that like, hit that subscribe.
LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness.
I thought he was
They
gonna say
proclaim
sodomy.
it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy?
I'm not the Jay I used to be, but the OJ is dead. I'm alive in Christ. No matter what the basketball setting is, I'm born again. The Holy Spirit. I've been.
Did he? I wonder if he like converted or not converted, but like just like got with somebody who I'm not trying to say indoctrinate, but indoctrinate's the right word. But basically just he took, how am I trying to say this? So when somebody first gets into like doing stuff like this or whatever, like some 9 times out of 10 they go 100% where they haven't found their balance, to where like them preaching to you can be very abrasive, but they don't see it that way. They just see it that, yo, this is my job to save someone. If you don't know God, da 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 da. That's kind of how I see it. But like I said, I don't know about this guy in general whatsoever. But I wonder if this is like what is like, because what he just said is kind of what it sounds like.
Saved by Jesus Christ. No matter what.
If I didn't make any sense, let me know in the comments.
How many DMPs I don't get to play, or no matter how many points I scored, those things are a temporary thing.
Yeah. They fired his ass. Yep, the good old NBA fired his ass for bro being convicted in God. Y'all know I'm not the religious type, bro, but where was the lie? You know what I mean? Where was the lie? But it ain't even got to be that deep, dog. It ain't even got to be that deep, dog. Like, the hypocrisy is crazy. How many times have NBA players been caught red-handed doing all the bullshit, bro? You know what I mean? Ja Morant, one of the most polarizing faces in the league, had been caught doing the most with guns, multiple times with guns. But you know what? It ain't enough to remove him from the team, right? But Ja is a superstar.
I was about to say Ja's a superstar. Ja brings eyes and money to the franchise.
Jaden Ivey is not a superstar, bro. But regardless,
Jaden Ivey's his name.
you can't talk about the LGBTQ, bro. That's off limits. You already know how that shit go in the woke ass NBA, bro. You know how that shit go in the woke ass NBA, dog? Bro, the Chicago Bulls announced today that the team has waived guard Jaden Ivey due to conduct detrimental to the team. That's a whole crock of bullshit. Like, real talk.
Okay, so I wonder if he was doing his like preachy thing or whatever inside the locker room, and like maybe some of the teammates or the GMs or whatever didn't like that too much, and they probably just said it was like a distraction or something. Like that could be a reason. I'm not saying that is the reason, but that could be a reason that they wanted to let him go.
How is that detrimental to the team though? He got some homos on the team or something? I mean, that could be.
And I also did find out a couple days ago that I think Chicago is number 3 or 4 of like the biggest LGBTQ cities or whatever. I was like, I never knew that, but hey,
a thing. You know what I mean? That could be a thing. But yeah. Bulls waive Jaden Ivey after inflammatory social media rants. The Chicago Bulls waived guard Jaden Ivey on Monday for conduct detrimental to the team following his lengthy Instagram videos criticizing NBA Pride Month, dismissing former Pistons teammates, and calling Catholicism a false religion. Acquired in a 3-team trade from Detroit on February 3rd, the 24-year-old number 5 pick played only 4 games for Chicago after averaging 11.5 points while sidelined by a knee injury since mid-February. Observers expressed concern over his mental health amid his open battles with depression, with one analyst hoping he gets the help he needs as his NBA future hangs in the balance, bro. I peeped bro's Instagram, and you know, he's posted some pretty lengthy videos on here. I ain't got time to be sitting through all these shits, man. But from what I can tell, man, bro is just like really convicted and following Christ. You know what I mean? Like that's his identity. And you know, if you see in the comments, either people align with his perspective or they call him crazy for being so convicted in his stance. He has since made a post in regards to him being released. So I can play that.
So, the Bible is true, right? And may you be glorified, Jesus. The Bible is true. They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? But how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players?
So yeah, the more and more I'm watching this, the more and more I can see how it's possible for them to come to some conclusion to where, yeah, we don't like you, so this is the best way for us to go about it. I can see why, and he might not understand that that might what's the word I'm looking for? That might rub some of his team members and like his superiors or whatever the wrong way. If you come off so abrasive to people. So
I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot.
Smack on
I said good job, good pass. Way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Cause I believe in the truth? Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life?
Amen.
How? How is my conduct detrimental to the team? Because of what I believe. Because of what the truth is.
That's capitalism, bro. right? You gonna play with the NBA, play for the NBA, you gotta play by the NBA rules. And unfortunately, sucking the LGBTQ's tip is one of them, bro. So that's what comes with the territory, man. You know what I mean? I deal with similar issues utilizing the woke ass YouTube platform, trying to abide by their regulations and spread my messages. And I've been beat down by the hammer a few times from YouTube, bro, making it very difficult to work. Been demonetized, been shadow banned, been just drugged through the ringer. Right, but you can't sit here and complain about it because that comes to territory if you're gonna utilize the platform.
You gotta roll with the punches, baby.
You gonna play with the NBA, you gotta play by their rules, dog. And if you're gonna go out here doing things the NBA is gonna be against, you signing up to get dealt with, right? But it doesn't minimize what he's standing on, right? You willing to risk your job, risk your profitable livelihood, willing to risk your prosperous career from the millions I'd imagine you make with a couple years in the NBA, dog. That's very admirable, right? You don't see shit like that often. People sticking their neck out, to this extent, standing on what he's standing on. You know what I mean? So I don't want that message to get lost. But at the end of the day, that's what comes with the fucking NBA, bro. Right? And the NFL and all these woke ass, agenda perpetuating bullshit organizations. I had saved a video of the coach addressing it too. Like, I want to see how the coach was affected by his statements. I'd imagine it's going to be the coach sucking dick. Here it is being a puppet. Yeah, Billy Donovan explains the Bulls cutting Jaden Avey after the guard posted a homophobic video today.
He posted it.
Really, obviously, news that the organization really doesn't love to embrace today with Jaden. First of all, did you see what it was transpiring the last couple of days with him and the stuff he was posting? What was your concern level? Because no one ever knows anybody. We got a brief meeting with him, but he seemed to be spiraling in my eyes. What did you see of the whole thing?
Yeah, I had not followed or seen that myself, but obviously Beth had shared with me some.
Said he was spiraling?
Right? And
I don't see how he was spiraling.
We've been on this road trip. I would just say this, at least since I've been with the Bulls, we've got people from all different backgrounds,
right?
Inside the organization. So I think the first thing is how well organized. And this goes for players, I think coaches, everybody in that building. It's always been, I think, that what's been from the top, like, we're all going to work well together. We're all going to basically take care of each other. We're going to accept each other. And I think we're going to be hardworking. We're going to be accountable, and we're going to be respectful, and we're going to be professional. I think that's kind of what it's been. I know some of the things that we put out there. I think it's a situation for him where, it's on his own personal Instagram. I don't want to get into what he put out there, but certainly I hope for him, he's okay. I don't know, like I've had conversations with Jaden and stuff, and he's been always about rehabbing his knee and trying to get back in the court and wanting to play. But I think organizationally, there's certain standards I think we want to have as an organization and try to live up to those each and every day.
There was
What percentage of homosexual players are employed by the National Basketball Association? What you think?
It's a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Same story, different day, dog. Same fucking story, different day. Right? Like, I want to. Let's see if chat. What have NBA players been arrested for, but not removed from the team?
Domestic violence,
or
is definitely one of them.
The NBA. Miles Bridges
NFL
arrested 2022 for felony domestic violence. Missed a season, but returned and is still in the league. Jason Kidd pleaded guilty to domestic abuse 2001, continued career, later became a coach.
Rajon Rondo arrested, gun to
2022
drugs.
arrested on
Gilbert
gun and
Arenas,
drug charges
guns.
tied to a domestic dispute. No permanent ban. John Morant, not arrested, but multiple gun incidents suspended, still active. Gilbert Arenas, arrested for a gun in the locker room, suspended, returned to the NBA. Javaris Crittenton, same incident later, unrelated murder conviction, ended career, not immediate removal from that arrest.
Oh wow.
Allen Iverson, multiple arrests, early career, weapons, drugs, stayed in the league, became MVP.
Yeah, Zach
Zach
Randolph,
Randolph, arrested, 2017. Marijuana, intent to sell, continued career. Lamar Odom, DUI arrest, 2013, no league ban.
Ty
Lawson,
multiple
DUI,
DUIs.
still play
J.R.
years
Smith,
after.
reckless
J.R. Smith,
driving.
reckless driving incidents, continued career.
Sheesh.
Dennis Rodman, multiple arrests. Charles Barkley, multiple arrests.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant,
That, but
sexual
that
assault
one
case
was
dropped, continued career. See the hypocrisy there? Good old NBA though, bro. Good old NBA.
Get that for you.
Because this is an interesting point, because I actually probably know some people that are related to him, not only from Detroit, but just some other areas that paths have crossed. Not that I've actually met them. I would love to speak with him. I probably could add some
'Cause
clarity
he's a
and
former
context
pastor.
to his life, because
former rapper
sometimes you're just
turned pastor.
echoing the sentiments
think rapper again,
of
but
people
pastor?
that
I
you've
don't know.
spoken with, people that you've been discipled by, right? So if he's a Christian, then he's probably speaking from a discipleship place. And this is why one of the 3 most important decisions you're going to make in life is going to be the person you marry, it's going to be the faith that you choose, and it's going to be the pastor that you choose to follow, or the synagogue or church or whatever it is, or mosque or anything like that, because this person is going to be speaking into your life every day. And if they're speaking hatred to him, then he's going to speak hatred to the world. If they're speaking balance to him, he's going to speak balance to the world. Just like, for me,
See,
I got,
yeah, I agree.
I got born again. I heard about Christ, and I didn't want to be around nobody that was pretty much human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. I told Killer this when a person first get born again. You really can't watch or pay attention to much of anything they say for just a small period of time, because it's so new to them and it's so fresh that they're trying to live it to the max, which they should, right?
That's kinda
But
like
they
what I
don't
said.
have the balance at that point. It would be the same as becoming a devout Muslim, right? This person now think everybody that is lighter skin is the devil. We know that's not true. We know there's some brown skinned people that are the same way. So when he's going after, from what I'm hearing, if he's going after people that goes with the sponsoring of the league that pays his check, that's what makes it a problem.
Yeah.
It's not just the people he's talking about. The people that he's talking about actually are part of the people that's paying him the money he's getting. So that's why he doesn't understand why he's being fired. Because on this side, you may say, well, this is not righteous, but the same people you're saying is not righteous are paying you the money that you're so righteously celebrating. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. You broke it down actually very
Yes.
well. That was good.
Yeah, so if you want to be just righteous, then you would take the path that's least traveled, and you wouldn't even be a basketball player. If righteousness is what's on your mind, and that's all you want to do, then you would just be over here, take your money that you made from the NBA, start your foundation, start your church, and preach exactly what you want to preach. But you're not going to preach Jesus on the LGBT clock while they're partially paying you.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You have a right to say whatever you want to say, but don't ask those that you're calling your enemies to pay for it.
And I'm gonna leave it off on that. I'll leave both of the links for both of these videos in the link in the description below, man. Love each and every last one of y'all. Please hit that super hype. It helps me out in the algorithm. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with everything that happened with this Jaden Ivey individual. you know, I will catch y'all on the next one. Love each and every last one of y'all. On to the next one, man. Peace.